Hey guys, this is my review for Hard Reset. So in this game you play as Major Fletcher, who is basically a soldier for the CLN, which is like this random agency that works in the city of Bazor, which is where you are. And basically you just go around trying to kill robotic people things that are trying to murder you. And then the story slowly develops over time. You start to realize what's really happening, and then you try and escape the city. But the game's supposed to be like an over-the-top destruction, loads of enemies sort of just constantly killing things, blowing things up. But I don't really see it as that much of a destructive game. It seemed that there were just certain objects in a map that you could blow up, and then they were like the only things that you could shoot like walls and stuff, and they didn't really do anything. It's not like one of those games where I think it's like Red Faction or something where you can destroy everything that you see. Pretty much, you can just shoot it and it will die, except for like mountains, which is like just the ground terrain sort of stuff you can't kill. Whereas in this game, it's very set path. There's not really any sort of free exploration. There's just walking in like a straight line sort of thing. The story's not that strong. I mean, it is a good story, but they kind of just do cutscenes at the beginning of some of the stages or the end of some of the stages. Doesn't really explain a whole lot. It's mostly just like a conversation you have with some mission objectives that you're going to. The enemies aren't the best in this game. It's basically just robots that you really have to fight. I don't think you fight a lot of human people. The robots just sort of run at you and like hit you, I guess. They don't really do anything that cool. Some do shoot at you, but they're not the best at aiming. I really like the guns in this game. They're quite cool. They've got two guns, so you got an electric gun and a machine gun, and then you can upgrade them to turn them into other weapons. Like you can turn a machine gun into a grenade launcher, or a machine gun into a rocket launcher, and it basically just like out of nowhere just pulls this gun out that has all these extra upgrades. You also have your HUD that you can upgrade. So you can get like going in enhanced mode if your character's on low health or something. That just makes it really easy for you to kill off other people while you're near death. So this game for leveling up is not like an experience meter where you get experience for killing people. It's about finding hidden areas or secrets, as it calls it, even though some of them aren't that secret. And basically you get nano, and then you can use that nano at stores to buy upgrades. The upgrades, they're alright. I mean, they're basically just weapon upgrades to increase damage or some sort of ability for your weapon or increase your health or something. So it's not like a big deal. Um, Nano's kind of, it's not like a difficult thing to find. You can kind of get a lot of it. You'd probably have to play the game a couple times or search quite hard if you want to find every single piece of nano and get all the upgrades for your character. But you don't exactly need all the upgrades. I don't think I got all the upgrades. But I got the majority of the nano when I was playing it. And I managed to get all the upgrades that I wanted. So I got all the good weapon upgrades that I wanted to try out. And I got full health and full armor. So that was alright. Your health, I think your health and your armor regenerate slowly over time. Your health just goes up to about 40 or 50. And then you have to pick up a health pack, whereas your armor will go fully up. So you don't really have to worry too much about that. There is health packs around, so you don't have to worry about dying all the time. I think enemies, when you kill them, sometimes drop health, so you can just pick it up. There are boss fights in this game, so they're not like hard boss fights. Basically, they just have little areas that light up on the person, and you just shoot those areas until they fall off, and then you win. So it's not like a super hard figure out some sort of mystery sort of thing. The maps are very simple. Most of them is just wandering around in like a square area. Maybe you walk into a building and go up a floor, then go back to the same area sort of thing. It's not like a super interesting map. You can't go back over somewhere. It's basically just a constant progression, and they have little auto saves every like 2 minutes or so of gameplay, which is where you can't go back anymore. So, I mean, it's not hard at all. It's a pretty simple game. I think I played it on hard and it was actually quite an easy game. So probably if you're going to play this, I'd say play it on ultra hard. You'll probably find the first stage quite hard because they don't exactly explain any of the like gameplay stuff to you. It's basically just how to crouch and move and shoot. they don't explain that you actually have multiple guns. I was quite surprised when I pulled out a second gun. I had no idea what it was, but it seemed quite weak at first, but it actually turns out to be a really good gun. So, I mean, this game's super cheap. I think I got it for like 50 cents or something, so I'm not sure if that's the normal price. I think the normal price is like $20 for this game, but you can probably pick it up cheap if you look around. Yeah, the story's alright. I mean, it's not over progression. I think there is a DLC for this game that expands on the end of it, which is, I think, Hard Reset Exile, which extends on the ending because it kind of leaves the game in an open ending. But they did release the DLC, so I guess there's not actually going to be a second game if they're finishing the game off with just a DLC. But I think if you buy the game, I think they only sell Hard Reset Extended Edition, which includes the DLC. So if you buy that, you should just get the DLC for it. But otherwise, I mean, the graphics in this game are quite good. It could use a little bit of work. It's not a very smooth game. You notice whenever it autosaves because it like pauses the screen for a couple seconds. It does get a little bit laggy when you're fighting lots and lots of people. The graphic settings don't seem to work because I think it auto detects your graphic settings, and it put mine at like high, but I couldn't really run it at high. When you get onto big battles, it seems to lag quite a lot because you just got too much stuff happening on the screen and too many animations. I mean, you could say it's just too much stuff blowing up on the screen, but it's not really a lot of things that do blow up. It's just your weapons. When you upgrade them, they tend to just have more animations on top of the weapons. Like you get a rocket launcher and then it can explode, and then all the explosions explode. So it just starts to lag it out, especially when you got like 50 or so monsters shooting at you. One thing I don't like about this game is that you can't like run past enemies. You have to kill them all before you move on to the next area, which I personally don't like in games. I think you should be able to play the game however you want. If you want to stink past something, you shouldn't have to stop and fight it, especially if you're not getting experience or anything from it. If it's just some pointless kill every monster you see, then it just gets very old very quick. But otherwise, if I had to give this game a rating, I'd just give it 7 out of 10, because I mean, it was a good game, I really enjoyed playing it, but it could use a few fixes to make it way more enjoyable. But it's alright for like a sci-fi shooter sort of game. So yeah, that's just my opinion of the game. If you don't agree with it or you do agree with it, drop what you thought of the game in the comments below this video. Otherwise, I'm only going to give it a 7 out of 10. Okay guys, see ya.